Hello, dear students. Now, today we would move ahead in this first chapter of class 11th chemistry, that is some basic concepts of chemistry, where we are discussing the laws of chemical combinations. So, today we would be discussing the last law of the chemical combination, that is the fifth one, and the name of the law is Avogadro's hypothesis. Okay, Avogadro's hypothesis. So, what does this hypothesis say? It says that if temperature, pressure, and all other physical conditions, okay, like temperature, pressure, these are some physical conditions, okay. So if all these physical conditions remain unchanged, means we are not changing the temperature, etc., all, so then what happens? The equal volume of gases contain equal number of molecule. What does this mean? If the physical conditions such as temperature and pressure are unchanged, then the equal volume of gases would contain the same number of volume, same number of molecules. Let's say you have these two beakers. Let's say these are the two containers, and these two containers have same volume. These two containers have same volume. Okay, let's say the volume of this one container is 100 ml and the volume of this one container is 100 ml. Now in this one container you have filled a gas, and the gas is hydrogen gas, and in this one container you have filled another gas, and that is oxygen gas. Now if you see, the volume of hydrogen and oxygen is same here. Volume of hydrogen gas is how much? 100 ml, because you have filled this gas in 100 ml container. So volume of hydrogen gas is how much here? 100 ml. So similarly, volume of oxygen is how much? 100 ml, because you have filled this oxygen is in a container which has the capacity of 100 ml. So volume of, if you see, volume of hydrogen is 100 ml, and volume of oxygen, this is also 100 ml. Okay, now what I'm saying, if the physical conditions such as temperature and all these other physical conditions remain unchanged, means we are not changing the temperature of these two container, and the pressure also we are not changing, just we are just leaving it. Okay, so what would happen if the same amount, or you can say the equal volume of gases would contain equal number of molecules? Let's say you have in this one container you have x molecule of hydrogen. Okay, let in 100 ml molecules of hydrogen are x. Let's say in this one container which is has the capacity of 100 ml, means the volume of hydrogen is 100. So let's say the 100 ml of hydrogen contain, 100 ml of hydrogen has x molecules. 100, these are the molecules. Okay, so 100 molecules, 100 volume of hydrogen, or 100 ml of hydrogen has x molecules. So how many molecules would be there in 100 ml of oxygen? Can you tell me? Number of molecules in 100 ml of oxygen, how many molecules would be there? Just now see, if the physical conditions are same, then the equal volume would have the equal number of molecules. If you see, the volumes are equal. Volume of hydrogen is also 100 ml, volume of oxygen is also 100 ml. Okay, so if the volume are same, the number of molecules also would be same. So in case of hydrogen you have x molecules, so in case of oxygen also you would have x molecules. This is the Avogadro's hypothesis. Are you getting this? Let me tell you again. Same number or equal volume of gases would contain equal number of molecules. Here if you see, both the gases have same volume, 100 ml, 100 ml. So if the volume is same, then the number of molecules also would be same. Here how many molecules you have of hydrogen? X molecules are. So here oxygen molecules would be X. Let's say Y molecules are there. So here also you do have Y molecules. Are you getting this? So this is the concept, or some you can say Avogadro's hypothesis. Okay, one example just now I have told to you. Are you getting this? Are you getting this? Let me just ask you some more. Let me just ask you, let's say 100 ml of, this is the question, 100 ml of methane, that is CS4. Okay, 100 ml of methane gas, 100 ml of methane gas has n molecules. 100 ml of methane gas has how many molecules are there? N molecules. Okay, now just I am asking, find number of molecules in 100 ml of carbon dioxide. Can you tell me? See, in 100 ml of methane, you have n molecules. So now can you tell me the number of molecules in carbon dioxide which is also having the volume 100? Yes, just guess it. Just now look at the hypothesis here. It says that if the physical conditions are same, then the equal volume would contain equal number of molecules. So here, if you see, volume of methane is 100 ml and volume of carbon dioxide is also 100 ml. So equal volume would contain equal number of molecules, isn't it? So now in 100 ml, you have how many molecules of methane? N molecules. So similarly in 100 ml, you would have how many molecules of carbon dioxide? Yes, answer is same, N. Now let me ask you some more. Find number of molecules in 50 ml of CO2. Now guess it. How many molecules would be there in 50 ml of CO2? Now if you see, volume is not same. But one more thing. In 100 ml of carbon dioxide, you have n molecules. If you see. So in 50 ml, how many molecules would be there? Volume is half. So number of molecules would also be half, isn't it? So in 50 ml of CO2, you would have n by 2 molecules, isn't it? So now one more thing, let me ask you. Find number of molecules in let's say 200 ml of CO2. Now guess it, how many molecules would be there in 200 ml of CO2? Now if you see, in 100 ml, you have n molecules of CO2. So in 200 ml, how many molecules of CO2 would be there? Guess it. Yes, 2n. Isn't it? Isn't it? So we can say that, we can conclude here that the volume of gas is directly proportional to number of molecules. Isn't it? Isn't it? Just as you increase the volume, you are going to have more number of molecules. Isn't it? As you decrease the volume, you are going to have lesser number of molecules. So we can say that the number of molecules, or you can say the volume of gas, is just directly proportional to what? Number of molecules. So we can conclude from here, and the point is that volume of gas is directly proportional to number of molecules. Isn't it? So this is the conclusion of the Avogadro's hypothesis. Getting this? Hope you are getting this fifth law of chemical combination. So with this, we have discussed all the laws of chemical combinations. 5 laws we have discussed, and one in between some other law also we have discussed, the reciprocal one. Okay, so that is all for today. Would be discussing some more topics of this chapter in the upcoming lectures. Till then, stay tuned and keep watching. Thank you. Have a good day.